Hello, a lovely viewer as such as you. Hello, it's glad to meet you. Welcome to Lady Lane's channel. And I'm so excited to meet each and every single one of you. I do not know your situation or whatever the day it is for you or the mood of time. Yes, just have a wonderful day, spreading positive vibes. Yee. So, let's get into the video or stream. I actually have to go get my charger, so I will be right back. Lord, you guys get to see the fit today. Bye. With some accessories. Okay, let's get down to business first, and then we can play around later on. So, when it comes into your mind, you say for California, for instance, you're in a big city, you're in a big place. Big city, big place, very expensive place as well. Cali. We always hear Cali. Some of us only heard of it because of Vegas. You know, Los Angeles and such, or San Francisco. Or even some wild off little small town in California we have heard of. California is big, I can tell you. 58 counties. I know that because I searched it up and I was really shocked. Really shocked. But let's get on to the questions. So, the big question in inquiry that you guys may have, mainly probably because you clicked on this video either just to see me and visit me, or you are seriously in California and you are in need of some certain resources. My first step in motion is to always have a positive mindset when something bad happens or there's an issue. For instance, food running low, that's okay. Do not panic, do not freak out, and I also recommend not to wallow. You see, when I mean wallow, I mean take days until you're on your last food item to figure out what's going on. The step in motion that you guys need to have and plan is, I got a little notebook for everyone. Everyone grab your notebooks, your pens, your pencils, and everything. The first steps where you're going to be is, what can I do? What can I do? What can you do? What can I do? What can I do? Either if it's a bill, bills, food, clothing, feminine products, hygiene products, any of that type of sort of lining of questions of issues that would be big for you. You, the individual who is watching, whether if you have unemployment or unemployed, if you are a single parent with many children or even just one child, if you are a mother, a brother, sister, cousin, auntie, no matter what status you are, this message could also come to you whenever times in need that certain situations happen to you. So, with our line in question, what can I do, right? We say, what can I do? For instance, if it's a bill, you get your first disconnect notice. Disconnect notice. If you have the funds, toodles. Great. It's great for you. But if you don't have the funds and you're not currently employed or you are waiting on a check, I definitely do recommend is for disconnect bills, always call automatically when you get that disconnect bill. Call them and ask for an extension. Ask for extension. An extension will probably most likely give you 1 week, 2 weeks at most to search to find the funds, right? Call. Weeks. Call them. Oh, sorry. Call them, right? So that's our second step. That's our second step for disconnect bills or any type of things. Disconnect. That's our second step in process of our thought process, right? Our third step after you called, because when you call, the time frame that you're going to call, you are most likely going to be able to get an extension, depending on if you have the funds and do have a job, or do have some type of way of getting the funds. You can just ask for an extension and just wait for your funds to come, right? But if you are down to your last dollar, have something happen, something drastic that you don't have funds at all or funding, this third step in motion would be, where can I find help? That would be our third step. Where can I find help, right? Where can you find help? The first thought and emotion is you're probably going to go on Google. And you're going to search anything, assistance, that's help with bills, something like that, right? What I recommend for that question in total is, like you're already going to do, go to Google. But instead of saying search for a random thing, my most recommendation is search for Catholic churches or churches that are big, that have a communion, a community, Presbyterian churches of that big of a nature, Methodist churches, and look up. The question that you're going to look up is, are there any local churches that help with utilities? Right? That's the question you are going to ask. Are there any local churches that help with utilities? It's going to pull up a list wherever you are in California. Well, this is also everywhere. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. Tell her I say hi. Give her my love and props. And have fun. Tell me how it goes. But yeah, this also inquires mainly of any state and city that you can look up these steps. These steps you can go by, right? It's going to bring up a couple churches. The first 5 churches are going to be some big churches that you've probably never heard of or saw. I recommend always calling these churches around 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10 a.m. I meant 10 a.m. The reason why I say that is because most likely the pastors or the financial people who have the funds to talk to you or have the authority to talk to you is there. Do not wait till 12. Do not wait till 1. Do not wait till 11 until you talk to someone. between 8 and 10 a.m. You can even call earlier than that if they are open at 7 a.m., but not a lot of churches are open at that early. The first 5 churches you're going to contact one of them, right? One of them is going to tell you, yes, I have the funds. Yes, I have the funds. I have funds. I have funds. Funds. I have the funds. I have the funding, so I can help you, right? Given with that direction, I'm also going to give the no option, but I'm going to go get back to that. Given the yes option, you got yes, and the top 5 churches that you called, yes, I have funds. They're going to ask you for your ID, the bill, the disconnect notice bill, and that should be it that they should ask you of. If they ask you for anything else, comply. They're going to get in your business, so they want to know what's happened, how and why you cannot pay for these bills. They're going to know. So be nice to them as they will be nice to you and take care of you as well, right? So after that, your bill is paid for. Or just branch off a little bit more. You had contacted one of the churches that can only put $50 down on your account. And your account, yet say, is $250, right? $250. Some of these churches only pay a certain amount or pay half of the bill, and you pay the disconnect fee or you pay the deposit, right? I got to branch off for that one is deposit. In this type of situation, given a time, yes, it's going to seem like it's not worth it to just accept the $50 towards the bill. But if you think about it, that's $50 that's not on the bill. That's $50 that's showing that, hey, I'm trying to pay for this bill, right? So route 1, which is, yes, I have the funds and they paid in full. That route is done, right? Done. Under, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under 5 steps. Under 5 steps, that route is done. Now, yet say you get your disconnect notice later in the month, right? Yes, say that, and you call these 5, the top 5 that's gonna pop up, and they can only pay $50 or half of the bill. This is route 2, right? Route 2. Okay, so you accept the 50. You got the 50. You make sure you call and get a confirmation number or confirmation number from the church, the receipt from that church, whatever pledge. In both cases, you got to make sure you get the pledge back. Or not, get a copy of the pledge. Make sure you get those copies of those pledges, because when you call your bill company again, you are going to need that number in that specific church name, so they can find your pledge on your account. So they can pledge in your account, right? So let's say out of the top 5, one, like I said, one only pays half or $50 towards your bill, right? That's mean you got to search more. So we are talking, this is step 6. Step 6. You're going to go on the Google Maps option when it pulls up all those churches and search through all the numbers. Any church that looks big, like I said, Methodist, Catholic, Christian, Baptist, those are the 4 ones who mainly got big funds or not limited funds during the month, per se. I would say go through 1 through 20. 1 through 20. 20 of those numbers. You will find someone to pay your bill. I'm going to tell you now, you will find someone out of this 1 through 20, you will find 2 people or 1 person to be able to pay your bill in full. As long as you discuss your situation, explain it to the pastors or whoever is over the funds, and you'll be able to get your bills paid. That is pretty much it on the step process and what to do for if something happens to your bills per se. That is also the same process as for rent. So, rent. I recently found that some churches help with rent assistance, and also had found that some churches also put gas vouchers for cars as long as there's a big major gas station. So for rent, yes, I'm going down each thing that I can remember that I've seen for rent. Step 1, what can I do? What can I do? Right? What can I do? Step 1, what can I do? You're going to go through the same process. You're going to get your bill for your rent bill. Talk to your landlord. About giving you more time or something of that sort. If he cannot give you more time, then that's okay. He or she, I meant. More time. Then step 2. After you already talked to your landlord about this and your situation, you are going to look up on Google. What churches help with rent assistance, right? What churches help with rent assistance? It's going to pull up the 1 through 5. 1 through 5. It's going to pull up this. And again, you're going to call each and every single one of those places until you get your rent paid or get someone to help you. That would also be under 5 steps. That's under 5 steps, correct? Correct. Now, we did the bills, the rent, the hard stuff. Now, let's get to food. You can call any church. Well, yes, go by step again. I'm low on food. What can I do, right? What can I do? What can I do? So a lot of people are not knowledgeable enough about the resources that are currently in their thing. So we're going to go to Google as our step 1. Step 1. Go to Google. Google, right? We're going to Google. And our question into Google is, where can I go to get food, right? Food assistance. Where can I go to get food assistance? That is our next question. Where can I go to get food assistance? Step 2 in this equation, it's going to pull up food banks, churches, and other nonprofits. That's what it's going to pull up. You're going to call one of these. Hello, Big Licks. Welcome to the live. You are going to call My first step in action to tell you is that you're going to call the food bank. You're going to discuss your situation, tell them how many children you have. If you're by yourself, tell them all the details, nitty gritty. They're going to ask you for your information, your ID, how many people were in your house, your income wise is that, and they are going to set you up with food boxes. The food bank people are food boxes. Now, depending, you well spoken. Thank you. Depending on the food bank, it is normally you can get a box every week or every month or every 2 weeks, depending on what food bank you go to. Month. Weekly. Bi-weekly. So once you get acquainted with them, you tell your situation as well as that. They might also have, some of the food banks also have a church that's connected to them that you'll be able to get clothes, which is the next line in the steps that we are going to get to. Clothing. So when I say clothing, I mean in situations as if you need to go to a job offering, a job interview, your kids need uniforms and you can't physically get to the funds yet of that before they go to school. Another situation could be that you're homeless and you are trying to get into a better place and you just got a house and you need clothes. Another instance is that you just moved and you didn't bring any luggage to the state. There's many ways and reasons on why you would need clothes. So our first line of question will be, again, what can I do? What can I do to solve my situation? What can I do? What can I do? Our first step, of course, is going to go to Google because, again, not everyone knows the local resources or have a paper of the local resources, right? We're going to go to Google. And depending on your situation, you're going to look up, where can I get such and such type clothing, or where can I get clothes, right? Where can I get clothes? It's going to pull up churches of all things, nonprofits. Depending on the time of year, it will also pull up back to school type stuff. Let me see what else. Churches, nonprofits, back to school type stuff, family services, buildings, family services, buildings. That is what it's going to pull up. Like, again, depending on your situation, you'll call one of those numbers. And after you call them, you explain your situation in detail. Don't leave no details out. Let's see what else. Because these people want honesty. And on top of that, they respect you more when you are honest with them. So if you're just, say you're RN and you have 5 children and you just spent your last dollar on a car payment or something that's that sort, and your youngest tore up her shoes, you can have the opportunity to explain that type of stuff in your situation to a church, to someone. If you go to church as well, you can also conversate with your personal church and be able to get shoes and that type of stuff. There are services where you can get counseling, and they do also provide gifts to your children as such. But yes, that's how you'll be able to get clothes. That's how you'll be able to get clothing. It's really just a 1-2 step for the clothing process, because all you got to do is just call them. Well, search them up, call them, and then go to them. So it's just a 2-step process for this one. 2-step process. 2440. Let me see what else. So I talked about bills already. I talked about rent assistance. I talked about food assistance. I talked about the clothing assistance, hygiene products for us ladies out there. I'm gonna just give you a tip. You can go on Google. No matter whatever situation it is, you can go on Google, look up what churches provide hygiene products, feminine products as such, like toilet paper, for instance. Every single church provides toilet paper, TP. Inflation made toilet paper really, really expensive, so I understand if you need to get that and are needing the provider to that, the information to the provider of that. But for him, feminine products, hygiene products, look up what churches can I get hygiene products from. Call the church, same time as the Bills one from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm at 10 a.m. and talk to the pastor or talk to one of the financial people who are over the funding of that church, and you will be able to get hygiene products, feminine products. Hygiene products include pads, tampons, let's see, deodorant, soaps. Let me see what else. Let me see. Toilet paper, paper towels, wash rags. They provide a lot of things. I can't think of all the things. I was recently reading about it. Now, here is the kicker. Not a lot of people know this type of information, but there are gas cards provided, and there are gas vouchers and transportation as well. So when I mean transportation, I also mean the bus station, and there also is some churches who have their own personal Uber or have another car to drive people around. Depending on the situation at hand, again, you go on Google, look up what churches provide gas cards, right? What churches provide gas cards, vouchers, whatever, transportation. It's going to be under transportation. Salvation Army will be pulled up all the time, and I will say that most of the time, their funds are stretched out. Let me see, what else? Once you do that, you call them. It's a yes or a no. Just ask the person who answers the phone, do you provide gas? Do you help with someone in a situation that needs gas to get to someplace, right? They either say yes or no. If they say no, call a different number on that list. If they say yes, then ask to speak to the financial person, or they will transfer you to the financial person, and you guys will figure that out. Let me see what else. I think that's all the funds that I can think of in total that they do help with. Churches in particular help with. Let me see. Talked about the bills. Oh, furniture. Yes, furniture. So, this is not only churches. This is nonprofits and also included. If you just moved into the town, or you are in dire need of a bed or something of that type of sort, you can look up on Google again. Search up, is there any place that helps with furniture, donate furniture, that type of stuff. Yes, when it says donate, it's not really donations. It's for churches, I mean. Salvation Army is another thing, but for churches, it's things that they bought and then had as a backup on the church storage. Not all churches are like that, just to make sure, be clear, and to be clear about that, I'm just saying some of the churches that I have personally called to give you guys this information about, some of them do that. But yes, if you need beds, clothing, sheets, any of that type of stuff, a mattress, let me see what else. Comforter sets. Like, it really depends on your situation. So as long as you know the steps on what to do to get there, to get like out there, to look, to know where to look, I'm telling you, Google will be your friend in this situation. It will be your friend, and that's where everything is. Now, sometimes the churches, they don't answer their numbers. So when they don't answer their number after the second time you try to call them, this also includes the bills ones as well. Go to their address, even though it wastes gas. Go to their address, their physical address, and most likely they'll answer and give you an answer there. I think that's all for the topic of resources in general. I should change this live name to All States Resources, because that's also talking about every state. But I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to leave it. And I think that's about wrapped up this live. Let me see. Any questions you guys have for me? Any questions? Like I said, you guys got 30 minutes to ask me any questions you have before I go to my next live, which will be me writing my book on live. But yeah, don't be afraid to type in the chat, say hi. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want more information. I will post personally more. I will post personally my Google documents of California, in particularly their resources or where to get them. I think that's all. That's basically all for this live that I can think of. Oh, I finished that under 45 minutes. Wow. But yeah, any questions, guys? Don't be afraid. No question is dumb on this type of topic. No question is dumb. It's just I'm totally okay with you guys asking me questions. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to ask any questions you guys want to, and then I'll end this live. I wasn't expecting it to be this short, but I got a live hop again, so we're getting there.
No. How much? Wait, hold on. Almost a $15,000 charge on 15,000? A new person for how much? For 15.
Like that? Candle and all.
No questions? Okay. I do thank you guys so much for joining this live. Make sure if you want to continue seeing me today to hop on each and every single live that is posted currently. I have 2 more lives that I have to physically mess with the details in particular, but after that, most of these lives of today are going to be posted so you can rewatch it whenever you want, but some of these lives will be posted on a later date. Thank you guys again for coming, and I guess I'm just going to end this live. See you guys in the next live. Peace.